So how can you feel what's going on in my spine? How can you feel the problems in my spine when you're adjusting me? Well, if you've ever gone fishing before, this one will really hit home for you. Now, in my home state of Minnesota, there's lakes all over the place. And the lakes, especially in the northern half of the state, are really good for fishing. And probably the most popular fishing is for walleye. Now, when I started several years ago fishing, I was learning how to do it, and it's very different from fishing for a smaller fish. Smaller fish, you have a bobber that sits on the surface of the lake, and you can see when the bobber goes down, that's when you yank the thing, and then you pull the fish into the boat. Well, with walleye fishing, there is no bobber. So how does a person know when there is a fish? Through practice. Of course it's through practice. When I started fishing several years ago, I thought that every little tug, every little pull, every little resistance on the fishing line as I was fishing for walleye, I thought everything was a fish. I thought a weed was a fish. I thought the twig was a fish. I thought the rocks were a fish. I thought the sand on the bottom of the floor of the lake was a fish. The waves would be a little bit choppy sometimes. I thought that was a fish. I couldn't tell the difference. But over the time, good fishermen, good fisherwomen learn those resistances, and they know what a fish feels like, and they begin reeling the fish into the boat. So it's the same thing with the spine. Over time, I've learned what it feels like. What are the different resistances in the spine? How am I doing at clearing out this person's subluxation, this person's misalignment? The X-ray tells us which direction to cast from the boat. The atlas vertebra, the C1 vertebra, top floor in the spine, is the fallen over tree in the lake where all the fish like to hang out. So that's the sort of access point. That's the direction. That's the hot spot. And all these different resistances and things that I'm feeling for are the little snags and pulls and rocks and things that are keeping your spine from being healthy.